Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning dear students. Today we are going to discuss about coal and petroleum from Chapter 3, Class 8 CBSE syllabus. Children, we use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. Does this list include air, water, soil and minerals? Yes, since all these are obtained by nature and they are called natural resources. Children, let us discuss about resource. A resource is anything that has value and can be used to meet a need. Resources can be natural, man-made or human. Example, coal, petrol, water, air, soil, wood, school, railway station, etc. Types of resource. There are two types of resource. One is natural resource, second one is man-made resource. Children, let us discuss about what are natural resources. These can be renewable or non-renewable. Renewable resources that can be replenished as quickly as they are used and then can be used for millions of years. Examples including sunlight and wind. Non-renewable resources have a limit supply. Examples wood, coal, petroleum, etc. Children, let us discuss about types of natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resource. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Examples are sunlight, air, soil, etc. Exhaustible natural resource. The amount of this resource in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Examples of this resource are forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. Children, let us discuss about fuels. Fuel substance that burn in air to give heat energy is called fuels. Meaning of fuel is the substance that is burned to provide nuclear energy, heat or power. Materials like coal, wood, oil or gas can be provide heat when burnt. Methanol, gasoline, diesel, propane, natural gas, hydrogen are the types of fuel. Children, let us discuss about types of fuels. There are three types of fuels. First one is solid fuels. Fuels that exist in solid state at room temperature are called solid fuels. Examples of primary natural fuels are coal, wood, peat, cow dung, cakes, dung, etc. Examples of secondary artificial fuels are coke, charcoal. Some examples of solid fuels. Now let us discuss about liquid fuels. Fuels that exist in liquid state at room temperature are called liquid fuels. Primary natural fuels like petroleum and secondary artificial fuels like diesel, gasoline, kerosene, LPG, coal tar, naphthol, ethanol, kerosene, petrol, diesel and fuel oil are some examples of liquid fuels. Children, now let us discuss about gaseous fuels. Fuels that exist in gaseous state at room temperature are called gaseous fuel. Primary natural fuels are natural gas and secondary artificial fuels are hydrogen, propane, methane, coal gas, water gas, blast furnace gas, coke oven gas, CNG, examples of gaseous fuel. Children, now let us discuss about the characteristics of fuels. The important characteristics of a fuel are as follows. Calorific value. The amount of heat produced by complete burning of per unit mass of a fuel is known as calorific value of that fuel. The higher the calorific value of N fuel, the more heat it produced when burnt. The higher the caloric value of N fuel, the better fuel it is. Efficiency. When a fuel is burned, some of the energy produced is given off as waste heat, which cannot be used for cooking or other purpose. So the efficiency of a fuel is decreased. So lower the losses in waste of heat, higher is the efficiency. The energy of fuels can be converted into usable forms of energy such as heat energy, mechanical energy, etc. This conversion is done by energy conversion devices. Children, now let us discuss the characteristics of an ideal fuel or good fuel. While choosing the most appropriate fuel for our domestic use or for use in industry, we should keep in mind the following characteristics of an ideal fuel or a good fuel. It should be a high caloric value. In other words, an ideal fuel or a good fuel is that which gives us more heat per unit weight. It should burn without giving out any harmful gases. An ideal fuel or a good fuel is that which does not pollute air on burning by giving out poisonous gases. It should have a proper hygienation temperature so that it can be burnt easily. The hygienation temperature of an ideal fuel or a good fuel should be neither too low nor too high, because if the hygienation temperature of the fuel is very low, then the fuel will catch fire too easily and hence it will be very unsafe to use it. On the other hand, if the hygienation temperature is too high, then it will be very difficult to burn the fuel. It should not be more valuable for some other purposes than a fuel. An ideal fuel should not have a more important use than being burned to obtain heat. For example, though coke is a good fuel, but it is more valuable as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals. So coke should not be used as a fuel, it should better be used as a reducing agent in metallurgy. It should be cheap and easily available. An ideal fuel is that which is not expensive and which is available in plenty everywhere. It should be easy to handle, safe to transport and convenient to store. An ideal fuel is that which does not create any safety risk burning handling during its transportation from one place to another place or during its storage. It should not leave much residue behind after burning. An ideal fuel should have low percentage of non-volatile materials which do not burn, so it may burn completely without leaving much ash. It should burn smoothly. An ideal fuel or a good fuel should have a moderate rate of combustion and should burn at a steady rate. In other words, the fuel should not burn either too fast or not too slow. Children, on the basis of their occurrence, natural fuels which are present naturally are known as the following types. First one is biofuels. The fuels obtained from the living matter on the earth are termed as biofuels. Second one is artificial fuels. The fuels which are obtained through different chemical process as termed as artificial fuels. For example, water gas and produced gas are the fuels operated in a laboratory under required conditions. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuel is an energetic term for non-renewable energy resources such as coal, coal products, natural gas, derived gas, crude oil, petroleum products and non-renewable wastes. Dead and decaying plants and animals buried deep under the earth under high pressure and temperature gets converted into extremely high quality fuel termed as fossil fuels. Children, let us discuss how energy is stored in fossil fuels. Energy stored in fossil fuels are derived from decayed animals and plants that have existed for millions of years. Energy utilizing from fossil fuels, 40% of energy is used by the industries, 24% of energy is used by the transportation sector, 6% of energy is used by farms, 30% of energy is used for domestic and other purposes. Children, now let us discuss about coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum are two important types of fossil fuels. Coal is mainly obtained from dead and decaying plants, whereas petroleum crude oil is obtained from dead and decaying animals, especially aquatic animals. Since fossil fuels are generated from organic matter, they are a rich source of energy but are non-renewable as it takes millions of years for the conversion of organic matter into fossil fuels. Coal and petroleum are the major non-renewable natural resources that were formed millions of years ago from the dead remaining of living species. Coal is a solid fuel that is mainly formed from dead plants matter over millions of years. It is generally used for cooking, producing electricity and fueling different industries. On the other side, petroleum is a bark On the other side, petroleum is a dark oily liquid that has formed from remains of ancient marine organisms on the earth. Today, petroleum is widely used for vehicles to produce heat and electricity.